Biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
What's going on, agents? Your man Sly here with another Division video for you, and as you could have guessed, we're checking out what new weapons we can get our greasy hands on this week. Still, nothing quite as good as the insanity we had a few weeks ago, but anything is better than that shit we were served up last week. So without delay, let's go ahead and check it out. Now first up, we're heading upstairs to the base of operations and checking out the special gears vendor to see what he has for us this Friday. So, ready to take a look? Alright, let's do it. And boom! Classic M1A at 204 for the masses. Now I'll get to the weapon specs in just a second. So let's take a look at the other weapon at 204, and it is a police M4, like I said, at 204. And while I used it early on in the story, because actually I didn't have shit else to use, I recently had one drop at 182, and after messing around with it and modding it a few different ways, it was actually really not all that bad. And this one right here is actually pretty beast. But let's go ahead and get to these talents. So back to the classic M1A. While at 204, it's actually kind of disappointing, guys. Intrinsic headshot damage at 158%, that's kind of low for a high-scored marksman rifle. 2 weeks ago, it was 169% if you can remember, so that is a very steep drop. So as for damage, we have 41,600, and as with all M1As, we're going to have 300 rounds per minute with 10 in the mag, and of course, that depends on your mods. Now, first talent is Trained. Critical hits increased signature skill resources by 0.1%. That is freaking pathetic, dude. Next, we have Predatory. Killing a target regens health 13.5% over 5 seconds. And then finally, we round it off with Toxic. Headshots with this weapon have a 13.5% chance to apply the blind status effect. This one I actually like. It's great for sniping battles and seems to proc more than just 13% of the time. I have one with the bleed effect and it procs a lot. So being able to blind another sniper would be a great effect and a great tool to have for the incursion. Alright, next up, let's check out this Police M4. 8,500 damage at around 850 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Great accuracy, awesome range, and decent stability, but the talents is what sets this one apart from the rest. First up is Vicious. Critical chance increased by 13.5% while at full health. Second is Ferocious. Damage against elites and named enemies is increased by 14%, and then Prepared. Damage is increased by 13.5% when more than 30 meters from the target. A lot of times I roll with an SMG assault rifle combo if I know I'm not going to be needing a marksman rifle. And having extra damage at range is great because that's the only time I'm going to be using it. I actually had a Police M4 dropped recently, and after some mag and rate of fire increasing mods, along with some stability added to it, it was actually not all that bad. The problem was that it was shooting so fast I couldn't control it, but it was giving the SMG a run for their money. Now, of course, it can't catch up with them like in terms of damage due to their natural critical hit ability, but in terms of time to kill, it really was not that far behind them, which surprised the hell out of me. Now, this might be a good backup for those looking for a long-range alternative. Alright, well, with the base of operations out of the way, let's go ahead and bounce out and head over to the Dark Zone weapons. As you can tell by the cover picture, us M1A fans are going to love what's coming up next. So you ready? Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. Hold on. First impressions are shitty, I know, and I thought the same thing. An RPK at 182 and a shotgun? Gross, dude. But let's just scroll down a little more and boom! Do you see this deliciousness? A first wave M1A at 204 and it's a freaking blueprint. This means no more shopping for a halfway decent roll, waiting for that drop to happen. You can make it until it's effing perfect. Now, seeing that 204 is the max a weapon can be right now, I think it's going to serve you quite well for some time to come, so it is totally worth it. It only costs a mere 283,000 DZ dollars, and of course, you need to be ranked 75 to grab it. Now, for me, the damage is in between 43,000 and 48,000, and considering the one back at the base was like in the upper, 41,000? This is the way to go. Now, the first wave M1A is the M1A to have. Classic is your lowest, SOCOM is the middle of the road, and First Wave is your high tier. This is the best M1A in the game. If you're going to spend credits on anything, it should be this. looks like I have some ranking up to do pretty freaking quick. Alright, well, let's not leave the others out in the cold. I got a little bit excited there, but let's go ahead and check out the custom M870. This is a beast in its own right, and at a gear score of 204, it's actually a monster in waiting, guys. I mean, look at that damage. Between 83,000 and 93,000 damage. That's almost 100,000 per shot. This could easily two-shot agents, and forget about it. If you get a few critical hits in there, done. Sure, it's slow, but doing 90,000 is insane, and this is unmodded. So if you're a shotgun guy, it does not get much better than this. Of course, the Valkyria is in there, but yeah, I'm still not too thrilled about it. And a 1A2 weapon of the week is the RPK light machine gun. It's actually a pretty decent weapon, a little over 7,000 damage, 650 rounds per minute with 45 in the mag, unmodded. Talents are vicious, ferocious, and commanding. Decent accuracy, great range, but it does need a little help in the stability sector. Now, if this were a 204 version, I actually might be tempted to buy it. But with that M1A over here looking at me, I don't think anything else will be seeing much action this week at all. So, not a bad week if I do say so myself. Now, honestly, I don't think we will ever see a week like the M1A AUG week we had a few weeks ago, because that was just RNG at its, craziness. But a top tier 204 M1A is a good cause for celebration. So if you got the cash on hand and the rank, I'd get this bad boy ASAP. But that's it, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to stay up to date on everything, The Division, Destiny, and new uploads from Sly Nation, Twitter is the best place to do so, guys. Follow me at Sly Nation and stay on top of our favorite games. Well, that's it for me, y'all. Make sure you guys keep an eye open for a video from me on Saturday. I have a surprise for everyone out there, so look forward to that. But until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.